The new year got off to a bitterly cold start with temperatures falling to 16 below zero, causing cancellation of classes on January 2nd. Icy roads forced another cancellation on January 8th. These days will be made up on Monday, January 15th and Thursday, March 29th. BHS wasted no time hosting their first blood drive of 2018 on Wednesday, January 3rd. 20 units were collected. Thanks to everyone for supporting our blood drives.
Congratulations to Avery Acton, who was named to the All-Tournament team at the Trenton Holiday Hoops Tournament.
The Lady Tigers hosted Marion County Thursday. Marion County took an early lead and were up to 13-9 after one quarter. By halftime, the score was tied at 27-all. Brashear finally got some momentum in the second half as they picked up a 49-44 win. Hannah Grissom had scored 16 points, Alexa Higgins 14 points, Hannah Reeves 11 points, Emily Mason 4 points, Avery Acton 4 points. The Tigers also had a hard-fought game with Marion County. Brashear led 12-10 after one quarter and 21-20 at halftime. Neither team could build a lead of more than a few points. Brashear held onto a slim 38-35 lead going into the final minutes, but Marion County took advantage of some key turnovers and surged ahead for a 41-38 win. Garrett Hausman had 9 points, Quinn Allen with 8 points, Ty Gottman with 7 points, Austin Peterson with 7 points, and Colton Sayer with 7 points. Brashear hosted Brevier Friday night. The Lady Tigers jumped up to a 12-4 lead after one quarter and had the game under control with a 29-10 lead at halftime. Brashear continued their dominance in the second half as they pulled away for a 60-20 win. Avery Acton with 22 points, Hannah Grissom with 18 points, Hannah Reeves with 8 points, Emily Mason with 4 points, Tana Garlock with 3 points, Alexa Higgins with 3 points, and Callie Althide with 2 points. The boys fought a tough battle with the Brevier squad. The game was tied 6-6 after one quarter, and Brashear had a slim 18-17 lead at halftime. Things started to go Brashear's way in the second half as they held a 30-25 lead after 3 quarters. But Brevier rallied to tie the game at 37-37 at the end of regulation. Brashear scored first in overtime and then held off Brevier for a 46-43 win. Garrett Hausman with 15 points, Austin Peterson with 9 points, Colton Sayer with 7 points, Quinn Allen with 7 points, Ty Gottman with 5 points, and Zane Sykes with 3 points. The Lady Tigers took on Buckland-Macon County in the first round of the Milan tournament Monday night. Brashear took an early lead, but BMC tied the game at 14-14 after the first quarter. Brashear then built a 30-22 lead by halftime. BMC cut into the Lady Tiger lead in the fourth quarter, but Brashear hung on for a 45-43 win. Avery Acton with 17 points, Emily Mason with 10 points, Hannah Reeves with 7 points, Alexa Higgins with 6 points, and Hannah Grissom with 5 points. The Tigers kicked off their opening round at the Milan tournament Tuesday night with a game against Lynn County. Brashear struggled against a tough Lynn County defense and fell behind 23-12 after one quarter and 40-24 at halftime. Brashear couldn't make much headway in the second half and fell by a final score of 68-36. Garrett Hausman had scored 17 points, Quinn Allen with 6 points, Austin Peterson with 6 points, Colton Sayer with 3 points, Ty Gottman with 2 points, and Tristan Morrison with 2 points. The Tigers faced Grundy County in their second round game of the Milan tournament Wednesday. The two teams battled to a 10-10 tie after one quarter, but Grundy County pulled ahead for a 28-17 lead by halftime. After falling further behind in the early part of the second half, Brashear rallied to within 8, but couldn't get closer, falling by a score of 50-38. Garrett Houseman had scored 18 points, Zane Sykes with 6 points, Quinn Allen with 5 points, Austin Peterson with 5 points, and Ty Gottman with 4. Wednesday morning, students who qualified for the Renaissance program were treated to a biscuits and gravy breakfast downtown at the Keller Building. Due to the cold temperatures, the group met on the bleachers to receive their benefit packets and then were bused downtown for the meal. The Renaissance program is designed to reward students for good academics, good attendance, and good deportment. The Lady Tigers faced host Milan in the championship semifinal game on Friday night. Milan jumped out to an 18-8 lead after one quarter and were up to 32-20 at halftime. Bashir made a run at Milan in the fourth quarter but came up short of a win by a score of 55-47. Avery Acton with 23 points, Alexa Higgins with 10 points, Emily Mason with 6 points, Hannah Grissom with 4 points, Tana Garlock with 2 points, and Hannah Reeves with 2 points. The Brashear girls played Grundy County for third place in the Milan tournament Saturday. Brashear held an 11-5 lead after one quarter, but the lead had shrunk to a 19-18 by halftime. The game continued to be close throughout the second half, but Brashear had a surge at the end of the game to claim the third place trophy by a score of 50-41. Alexa Higgins with 13 points, Hannah Grissom with 13 points, Avery Acton with 10 points, Hannah Reeves with 6 points, Emily Mason with 6 points, and Tana Garlock with 2 points.
Congratulations to Avery Atkin, who was named to the All-Tournament team.
Last week was homecoming week at BHS. Dress-up days were held throughout the week, and the pep rally was held Friday morning. The cheerleaders performed a dance routine at the ball games Friday night, and the homecoming king, queen, and prince and princess were crowned. The Lady Tigers jumped out to an early 13-5 lead after one quarter of their homecoming game with Newtown Harris Friday night. By halftime, the Brashear lead was up to 21-6. Brashear continued to outscore Newtown Harris until the fourth, but Brashear held on for a 45-34 win. Hannah Reeves had 11 points, Avery Acton had 10, Hannah Grissom, Emily Mason, Tana Garlock, and Alexa Higgins all had 6 points.
In the boys' game, Brashear came out hot and put up a 17-7 lead after one quarter, and were up 32-15 by halftime. The Tigers kept rolling in the second half as they pulled away with a 4A 61-35 homecoming win. Garrett Houseman with 16 points, Zane Sykes and Quinn Allen with 11 points, Ty Gottman with 8 points, Austin Peterson with 7 points, Justin Needham with 4 points, Levi Blankenship and Colton Sayer with 2 points. The Brashear Lady Tigers hosted North Shelby Monday night. Brashear took the early lead and steadily built upon it until they had a 29-14 advantage at halftime. The Brashear lead was 42-21 after 3 quarters as the Lady Tigers coasted a 2A 48-29 win. Avery Acton with 20 points, Alexa Higgins with 10 points, Hannah Reeves with 8 points, Hannah Grissom with 4 points, and Emily Mason with 4 points, and Callie Althide with 2 points. The Tigers got behind in the early going and never could catch up. Some hot North Shelby 3-point shooting and their size inside made for a tough evening for the Tigers. Brashear managed to pull within 13 a couple times in the second half, but could get no closer as they fell by a score of 58-39. Austin Peterson with 16 points, Colton Sayer with 10 points, Garrett Hausman with 8 points, Ty Gottman with 2, Justin Needham with 2, and Quinn Allen with 1.
The Lady Tigers played at Green City Tuesday night. Brashear's hopes for a road win over undefeated Green City faded quickly as the Lady Gophers took a 31-8 lead after 1 quarter and a 47-13 lead into the halftime. Green City would eventually go on to claim a 64-30 victory, with Hannah Reeves scoring 9 points along with Avery Acton scoring 9, Lexa Higgins with 8, Hannah Grissom 2, and Zoe Blankenship 2.
In the boys' game, Green City jumped out to a 23-10 first quarter lead, but Brashear outscored them in the second quarter to go into halftime only trailing 38-27. Brashear also matched Green City point for point in the fourth quarter, but Green City's strong third quarter ensured their 64-41 win. Garrett Hausman had 11 points for Brashear, Quinn Allen had 10, Ty Gottman had 8, Colton Sayer and Austin Peterson had 5 each, and Zane Sykes scored 2 points.
On Tuesday, Truman State University nursing students were at BHS to administer an annual student health screenings. The checkups were for all students in grades K through 12 and included height, weight, vision, eye, ear, nose, and throat exams. The Lady Tigers hosted the Milan JV team Friday night. Brashear jumped out to a quick 16-7 lead after 1 quarter and were up 35-15 by halftime. The Lady Tigers had their biggest quarter in the third, scoring 21 points as they rolled to a 58-22 win. Avery Acton had 17 points, Alexa Higgins 14, Hannah Reeves 13, Hannah Grissom 6, Emily Mason 4, Callie Althide 2, and Tana Garlock 2. In the boys' game, Brashear dominated in the early going, running up a 34-17 lead by halftime. The Tigers' momentum faded for a little in the second half as Milan held their own in the third to trail by a score of 49-31. Milan made a run at the Tigers in the fourth, but Brashear held off the late rally to win the game 58-47. Garrett Hausman had 17 points, Austin Peterson had 12, Ty Gottman had 11, Quinn Allen had 9, Colton Sayer had 6, and Zane Sykes with 3.
Congratulations to the 7th grade academic bowl team of Landon Fisher, Wesley McGinnis, Aiden Shahan, and Avery Zentz. They competed in the North Shelby Academic Bowl tournament last Saturday and took first place. Congratulations to Landon Fisher, who was named Tournament MVP. Congratulations to the following students who placed at FBLA District Contest and will be attending FBLA State Leadership in Springfield, Missouri. Hannah Reeves, Leah Grissom, and Ty Gottman, Business Ethics, first place. Hannah Reeves, Business Calculations, second place. Tana Garlock, Introduction to Financial Math, first place. Tana Garlock, Introduction to Information Technology, third place. Tana Garlock, Introduction to Business Communications, fourth place. Madeline McGinnis, Introduction to Public Speaking, first place. Madeline McGinnis, Introduction to FBLA, second place. John Gerhold, Introduction to Business, first place. John Gerhold, Agribusiness, second place. Noah Reeves, Introduction to Information Technology, first place. Celia Kincaid, Organizational Leadership, first place. Aiden Zentz, Economics, second place. Austin Ray, Introduction to Information Technology, fourth place. Cammie McGinnis, Agribusiness, fourth place. Leah Grissom, Organizational Leadership, fifth place. The following people placed at FBLA District Conference: Morgan Magruder, Client Service, third place. Megan McHenry, Justin McHenry, and Wyatt Potter, Emerging Business Issues, fourth place. Aiden Zentz, Zane Sykes, and Garrett Hausman, Sports and Entertainment Management, fourth place. Also, Hannah Grissom is going to state an Introduction to Business Procedures as an at-large winner.
The Tigers were on the road to Keatsville Friday night. The Lady Tigers took an early 11-take lead after first quarter and were ahead by 24-18 at halftime. Brashear built a 12-point lead by the end of the third quarter and went on to win by a final score of 49-37. Avery Acton with 14 points, Alexa Higgins with 12, Hannah Grissom with 9, Hannah Reeves with 8, Callie Althide with 2, Emily Mason with 2, and Hannah Garlock with 2. The Brashear boys played Keatsville a close-list quarter, only trailing 13-7. Breakout quarters of 18 points and 22 points in the second and third put Keatsville ahead 31-19 at the half and 53-28 after three quarters. Brashear outscored Keatsville 12-6 in the fourth, but lost by a final score of 59-40. Garrett Hausman with 18 points, Colton Sayer with 10 points, Ty Gottman with 4 points, Austin Peterson with 4 points, Quinn Allen with 3 points, and Justin Leadham with 1. The Lady Tigers faced Kirksville JV in the first round of the Brashear tournament Wednesday night. Brashear jumped out to an early 22-6 first quarter lead and were up by 30-18 at the half. Kirksville JV bounced back in the second half, but Brashear hung on for a 59-53 win. Avery Acton with 21 points, Hannah Reeve with 14, Alexa Higgins with 8, Hannah Grissom with 6, Tana Garlock with 6, Callie Althide with 2, and Emily Mason with 3. The Brashear boys faced Marion County Wednesday night in the first round of the Brashear tournament. The Tigers and Mustangs were tied at 14 in all after one quarter of play, but Brashear managed to take a 25-24 lead into the locker room at half. Brashear gradually extended their lead in the second half and claimed the victory by a score of 57-44. Garrett Hausman with 21, Colton Sayer with 15, Zane Sykes with 9, Quinn Allen with 4, Austin Peterson with 4, Ty Gottman with 3, and Justin Leadham with 1.
Last Saturday, area high school musicians met in Kirksville to hold auditions and rehearse to perform in the Truman State University Honors Band. Congratulations to Wyatt Potter, who was named first chair alto saxophone. Thursday night was the last home basketball game of the season. At the intermission between games, the class of 2018 seniors and their parents were introduced and recognized for senior night. Congratulations, class of 2018. Also, at Thursday night's games, Bill and Courtney Lovegreen of Lovegreen Ford were on hand to present a check to the school for $2,240. Lovegreen's held a Drive for Your School event last fall where people could earn money for their school by test driving a new Ford vehicle. Thank you to all of our community members who turned out for the event. The Lady Tigers faced Putnam County in their second round game in the winner's bracket of the Brashear tournament. The first half was close the whole way, with Brashear leading 8-7 after one quarter and Putnam County leading 19-17 at halftime. Putnam County still clung to a 29-27 lead after three quarters, but pulled away in the fourth for a 39-33 win. Alexa Higgins scored 12 points for Brashear, Emily Mason had 9, and Hannah Grissom and Avery Acton had 6 points each. The Tigers also faced Putnam County in their second round game in the winner's bracket of the Brashear tournament. Brashear fell behind early, trailing 28-14 after one quarter, but they closed the gap to 43-34 by halftime. Putnam County proved to be too much for the Tigers in the second half as they pulled away for an 82-59 win. Garrett Hausman scored 14 points for Brashear. Colton Sayer, Austin Peterson, and Zane Sykes each had 12 points. Quinn Island had 4, Ty Gottman had 3, and Justin Leadham had 2 points. The Brashear girls faced Atlanta in the third place game in the Brashear tournament. The game was close in the first quarter, but Brashear opened up a 23-12 lead by halftime. Atlanta closed the gap to 32-28 after three quarters, but Brashear outscored Atlanta 14-9 in the final quarter to claim a 46-37 win and a third place trophy. Hannah Reeves scored 19 points for Brashear. Hannah Grissom had 14, Emily Mason had 3, Alexa Higgins scored 3, Avery Acton had 3, and Callie Altight and Tana Garlock had 2 points each. The Brashear boys took on Higbee in the Brashear tournament third place game. Higbee's tough defense held Brashear to 4 first quarter points as Higbee ran up a 38-17 lead by halftime. Brashear managed to put up 7 points in the third and 8 in the fourth, but that left the Tigers way short of a win as they fell by a final score of 60-32, taking fourth place. Garrett Hausman scored 13 points for Brashear, Colton Sayer had 6, Justin Leadham had 4, Austin Peterson had 3 points, and Fisher Reese, Levi Blankenship, and Zane Sykes had 2 points each. The Brashear teams were at Buckland-Macon County Tuesday. The Lady Tigers took control of the game early and had a 35-21 lead at halftime. Although Brashear had built a 17-point lead after three quarters, Buckland-Macon County mounted a rally that pulled them to within a couple of buckets before Brashear put them away 64-54. Hannah Grissom had 19 points, Hannah Reeves had 14, Avery Acton scored 10, Alexa Higgins had 9 points, Emily Mason had 6, Tana Garlock had 4 points, and Callie Altight scored 2 points. When Brashear stepped on the court Tuesday night, they had no idea it would be a record-setting night, but it was, as they broke a Missouri State basketball record by recording 37 steals during the game. The Tigers wasted no time getting on the scoreboard as they took an 18-4 lead after one quarter and a 32-13 lead at halftime. Brashear was on cruise the rest of the way as they went on to pick up a 70-26 win and a state record. Garrett Hausman scored 15 points for Brashear, Austin Peterson had 14, Quinn Allen scored 12, Ty Gottman had 11, Colton Sayer had 9, Zane Sykes had 4, Tristan Morrison and Cody Mallett had 2 points each, and Justin Leadham scored 1 point. The Lady Tigers hosted Dovinger in the last home game of the season. Brashear jumped out to a 21-16 lead after one quarter and were up 38-29 at halftime. Dovinger finally faded in the fourth quarter as Brashear clinched a 65-44 win. Avery Atkins scored 18 points for Brashear. Hannah Grissom had 17. Hannah Reeves had 16. Callie Altide had 4. Alexa Higgins had 3. Emily Mason had 2. And Tana Garlock scored 2 points. In the boys' game, Brashear fell behind early and were never able to catch up. Dovinger held a 31-2 lead after one quarter and a 52-14 lead at halftime. The Tigers showed some signs of life with 17 points in the third quarter, but fell by a final score of 96-40. Austin Peterson scored 11 points for Brashear. Ty Gottman had 8. Garrett Hausman had 8. Justin Leadham had 4. Quinn Allen had 4. Tristan Morrison had 3. And Zane Sykes had 2 points. The Brashear girls faced Bevere in the first round of districts at Lynn County Saturday. The Lady Tigers took charge early as they ran up a 31-10 lead by halftime. Both teams played a fairly evenly matched third quarter before Brashear pulled away for a 57-27 win. Avery Atkins scored 21 points for Brashear. Hannah Grissom had 15. Hannah Reeves had 9. Alexa Higgins had 6. Callie Altide, Emily Mason, and Tana Garlock had 2 points each. The Brashear boys faced Grundy County in their first round district game at Lynn County Monday night. The Tigers scored first and traded buckets with Grundy until the score was tied 6-6. From that point on, Grundy controlled the game, running up a 47-20 lead by halftime. Brashear's offense stayed sluggish in the second half as Grundy County pulled away for a 69-34 win. Garrett Hausman scored 13 points for Brashear. Ty Gottman and Austin Peterson had 6 points each. Quinn Allen scored 4. Colton Sayre had 3, and Zane Sykes had 2 points. Alexa Higgins, John Gerhold, and Tana Garlock on being selected.
Doesn't the cardboard just unfold?
I think it
off of it? Yeah.
As basketball season ended last week, Monday marked the beginning for practice for track and spring baseball. The first baseball game is March 19th, and the first track meet is March 22nd. The Lady Tigers faced Grundy County in the championship semifinal games at districts Wednesday night. Brashear jumped out to an early 12-4 lead, but Grundy closed the gap to 16-14 at the end of the first quarter. Brashear scored the first bucket of the second quarter, but from that point, Grundy went on a 19-0 run to take the 38-20 lead into halftime. Brashear was unable to rally in the second half and lost by a final score of 65-46. Alexa Higgins had 18 points, Avery Acton had 11 points, Hannah Reeves with 8, Tana Garlock at 6, and Hannah Grissom with 3 points. The Brashear 7th grade academic bowl team continued their winning ways last Friday as they took first place in the South Shelby tournament. Landon Fisher received tournament MVP honors. Last Saturday, the Tri-County Conference Band met to rehearse for their annual concert tour, which took place Monday at La Plata, Atlanta, and New Cambria. Members of the Brashear Band who participated were Tana Garlock, Zoe Blankenship, Megan McHenry, Justin McHenry, Cody Mallett, Morgan Magruder, Wyatt Potter, Levi Blankenship, Madeline McGinnis, Cameron McGinnis, Avery Zentz, Landon Fisher, and Wesley McGinnis. The Brashear Band is directed by Mr. Jeff Wick. A video of the performance can be seen on the Brashear School YouTube channel. On Tuesday, BHS sponsored another blood drive downtown at the Keller Community Building. Thanks to everyone who made it a success. The Brashear Junior High and High School Academic Bowl teams kicked off their season Tuesday with matches against La Plata and Novinger. The Junior High beat La Plata 250 to 190 and Novinger 320 to 180. The high school team also beat La Plata 270 to 230 and Novinger 230 to 220. Brashear hosted Bevere in Atlanta Thursday night for Academic Bowl. The junior high team beat Bevere 230 to 50 and Atlanta 300 to 70, while the high school also picked up wins of 280 to 150 over Bevere and 240 to 110 over Atlanta. Our Brashear Band was honored with an invitation to rehearse and perform with the University of Missouri at St. Louis Wind Ensemble. The band traveled to St. Louis Wednesday for a day of rehearsals and concert in the evening. The Brashear Academic Bowl teams traveled to Meadville Thursday to try to extend their unbeaten streak. The junior high beat Meadville 220 to 130 and beat BMC 320 to 150. The high school team beat Meadville 260 to 220 and lost to BMC 210 to 240. The ball field finally dried enough Thursday to allow the baseball team to get in some practice on the dirt. That may change soon as rain is expected this weekend, threatening Monday's season opener at BMC.
On Tuesday night, a large crowd turned out as the band boosters held a spaghetti supper to help support the band. During the evening, the band and soloist performed numerous songs for the appreciative audience. Friday morning, an all-school assembly was held in the gym to recognize the accomplishments of our students in a variety of activities. Students were recognized for 7 Habits leadership, academic achievements, athletic achievements, and other accomplishments. The Academic Bowl teams traveled to Lynn County on Wednesday for their final regular season matches of the year. The junior high team had wins of 340 to 70 over Lynn County and 370 to 130 over Green City. This made their season record a perfect 8-0 and made them conference champions. The high school team went into the games with a record of 5-1. They beat Green City 280 to 100, but fell to Lynn County 210 to 220, giving them a 6-2 record and a second-place finish in conference. The teams will be in action again Saturday at the conference tournament at Atlanta. The baseball team had its first game of the season canceled Monday due to wet field conditions. The week was hard on their practice schedule as well as both rain and snow fell, making it unlikely they will play their second game on Friday. The track team fared a little better. After a snowy Thursday morning, things cleared up enough for the track team to participate in a practice meet in Kirksville. Athletes got the opportunity to compete on a regulation track against other athletes from Kirksville, Atlanta, Green City, Nottinger, and Schuyler County. Those earning points for Brashear were Emily Mason in the 100 meter, 200 meter, and high jump, Hannah Grissom in the 1600 meter, Avery Acton in the 100 meter hurdles, the long jump, and the shot. The girls 4x400 and 4x800 teams, Alexa Higgins in the high jump, Justin Leadham in the 200 and the long jump, Quinn Allen in the 400 meter and the long jump, Garrett Hausman in the 110 meter hurdles, Levi Blankenship in the 300 meter hurdles and triple jump, the boys 4x100, 4x400, and 4x800 teams, Colton Sayer in high jump and triple jump, and John Garahold in shot and discus.
Saturday was a busy day with the Tri-County Conference Academic Bowl Tournament and art show being held, as well as district competition for music solos and small ensembles. At the Academic Bowl Tournament, our junior high team won 4 straight games to take the tournament championship. The high school squad had a tougher route, getting knocked into the losers bracket. They battled all the way back to the title game, only to fall to Bevere and take second place. Also, congratulations to Schuyler High School, who took honorable mention in the art show. On Monday night, the students, parents, and public were invited to visit School for Authors and Leadership Night. After a light supper was served, students had a chance to show their parents the bare books they have been working on, as well as to show off their leadership skills. A book fair was also being held, thanks to the Shout Club for helping make the evening a success. Weather has once again wrecked our spring sports schedule. The baseball game with Lynn County Tuesday night was canceled, as well as Wednesday's junior high track meet with Atlanta.
We would like to begin our broadcast with some well-deserved congratulations. Emily Mason was named KIRX Athlete of the Week after her 3 first-place finishes in the Kirksville track meet, and Landon Fisher was named as the Kirksville Optimist Student of the Week. Way to go, Emily and Landon. After a 6-inch snow Sunday, many athletic events at BHS have been canceled this week. The baseball team was able to get in a game at Bevere Thursday, however. The Tigers jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead in the top of the first and held that lead until Bevere evened the game at 3-all in the bottom of the third. The score remained tied until Brashear scored to take a 4-3 lead in the top of the seventh. Bevere then answered with a pair of runs to claim the 5-4 win. Brashear won the JV game 9-5 in 5 innings.
Saturday was prom night at Brashear High School. The evening began with grand march at the school gym. Each of the junior and senior couples were introduced as they entered the gym and posed for photographs. After that, the new 2018 prom king and queen, Zane Sykes and Megan McHenry, were crowned. The group then traveled to the Down Under at Truman State for the dance and finished the night back at Brashear for the after prom. A couple of congratulations are due. The Brashear Band competed at District Band Competition Saturday in Kirksville. After performing 2 numbers and doing sight reading, the band was awarded the highest possible rating of a number 1. Another Brashear student was recognized at the Missouri Future Business Leaders of America Conference in Springfield. Madeline McGinnis took 10th place statewide in the Introduction to Public Speaking category.
The junior high track team competed at Oplata Tuesday, where the girls finished 9th and the boys finished 7th. Abby Hartwig took 3rd in the 100-meter dash and 3rd in the 400-meter dash. Sierra Snyder took 5th in the 800. Kinley White took 6th in the high jump. Abby Hartwig took 8th in long jump, and Kinley White took 7th in shot put. On the boys' side, Brandon Jochimson took 1st in the 400. The 4x400 boys relay team took 4th. The boys 4x200 meter relay team took 8th. The boys 4x400 relay team took 2nd. Brandon Jochimson took 1st in the high jump. Brian Stutzman took 6th in the shot put. Brandon Jochimson took 2nd in discus, and Jay Snelling took 6th in discus. In the Putnam County Junior High track meet on Thursday, our girls took 12th place and our boys took 8th. Abby Hartwig took 8th place in the girls 400 meter dash. Kinley White took 7th place in the girls high jump. Brandon Jochimson took 3rd place in the boys 400 meter dash. The boys 4x100 meter relay team of Fisher, Houghton, Mason, and Shaw took 5th place. The boys 4x200 meter relay team Fisher, Houghton, Mason, and Shaw took 4th place. And the boys 4x400 meter relay team Fisher, Houghton, Jochimson, and Shaw took 3rd place. And Brandon Jochimson took 8th in the discus throw.
The Tigers traveled to Canton Tuesday for a baseball game. The Tigers failed to score on the top of the first, and it looked like it might be a defensive battle as Brashear retired the first 2 batters. Brashear's luck took a turn for the worst, and Canton went on to score 10 runs in the first and 6 in the second. Brashear's run came in the top of the 5th as Brashear fell to Canton by a score of 16-1. Zane Sykes and Garrett Hausman had 2 hits each for Brashear, with Quinn Allen and Colton Sayer, Austin Peterson also having hits. Zane Sykes got the start with Quinn Allen and Colton Sayer pitching in relief. The Brashear JV team lost to Canton 6-0.
Oh, catch it, catch it, catch it, catch it, catch it.
Congratulations to Tristan Morrison, who took first in state in the Skills USA competition. Tristan competed in the Building Repair Technology category. Wednesday was their graduation day at the Brashear Elementary School. Each of the 5th grade students have received training in drug awareness resistance education and were presented with their diplomas at the ceremony in the elementary gym.
On Thursday night, the BHS Music Department, Art Department, and Industrial Arts Department teamed up to present their annual spring concert and exhibits. The night's festivities kicked off with performances by the high school band, beginning band, and various soloists and ensembles. After the concert, the show moved to the cafeteria where art and industrial arts students had their work on display.
Brashear hosted Green City Thursday for a baseball doubleheader. In the first game, Green City jumped out to a 10-0 lead after one inning and never looked back as they went on to claim a 20-4 win. Brett Place had a 2-run homer for Brashear, with Wyatt Reeves having 3 hits, Garrett Hausman having 2 hits, and Zane Sykes and John Gerhold also having hits. The second game was more competitive, with Green City holding a 5-2 lead through 4 innings. Things went downhill from there for the Tigers as Green City scored 8 runs in the 5th and 6th to win the ball game 13-2. Brett Place had another 2-run homer for Brashear, with Wyatt Reeves and John Gerhold also having hits. The Tigers baseball team hosted Milan Tuesday night. Austin Peterson got the scoring started for Brashear with a 2-run homer in the first. Zane Sykes added another 2-run homer in the third. Milan answered with 2 runs in the second and 5 in the fourth to lead 7-4. Brashear put up another 3 runs in the fifth to tie the game 7-7. But Milan got a run in the sixth and 6 in the seventh to win 14-7. Austin Peterson and Zane Sykes both homered for Brashear, with Peterson having 3 hits and Sykes on the night. Aiden Zentz also collected 2 hits, with Quinn Allen and Garrett Hausman also having hits. Zane Sykes got the start for Brashear, with Colton Sayer and Austin Peterson pitching in relief.
The varsity track team competed at Kirksville Friday. For the girls, in the 100-meter dash, Emily Mason took second. In the 200-meter dash, Emily Mason took first. In the 3,200-meter run, Hannah Grissom took third. In the 100-meter hurdles, Avery Acton took third. In the 4x400 relay, we took third. The 4x8 relay team took third. In high jump, Emily Mason was first and Alexa Higgins was fourth. Long jump, Avery Acton was third. In discus, Hannah Reeves was fourth and Tana Garlock sixth. In javelin, Avery Acton took first and Alexa Higgins took third. And in shot put, Hannah Reeves took fifth. For the boys, in the 100-meter dash, Austin Peterson took 7th and Corey Blakely took 14th. In the 200-meter dash, Austin Peterson took 6th. In the 110-meter hurdles, Garrett Hausman took 3rd. The 4x100-meter relay team took 1st. The 4x200 relay team took 4th. The 4x400 relay team took 2nd. And the 4x8 relay team took 1st. In high jump, Colton Sayer took 5th. In long jump, Justin Leadham was 2nd and Justin McHenry was 12th. In triple jump, Corey Blakely was 9th. Discus, John Gerhold was 2nd and Aiden Zentz was 13th. In javelin, John Gerhold was 3rd and Zane Sykes 8th. And in shot put, John Gerhold took 5th and Cody Mallett took 10th. On Tuesday, the BHS track team was at the Truman State High School meet, where the girls took 5th and the boys took 11th. Emily Mason took 3rd in the 100-meter and 3rd in the 200-meter. Hannah Grissom took 8th in the 1600-meter and 4th in the 3200-meter. Avery Acton took 2nd in the hurdles. Emily Mason took 1st in high jump. And Alexa Higgins took 7th in high jump. Avery Acton took 3rd in the long jump. Emily Mason took 5th in the pole vault and Avery Acton took 8th. Hannah Reeves took 5th in discus. Alexa Higgins took 1st in javelin and Avery Acton took 2nd. And Hannah Reeves took 6th in the shot put. On the boys' side, John Gerhold took 4th in the discus. The junior high and high school track teams were at Milan Wednesday. On the junior high side, the boys took 6th and the girls took 9th. For the girls, Kinley White took 8th in high jump, Abby Hartwig took 7th in long jump, Kinley White took 8th in shot put, Kinley White took 6th in the 100-meter hurdles, Sierra Snyder took 2nd in the 1,600-meter run, Kinley White took 4th in the 400, and Abby Hartwig took 6th. In the 800-meter run, Sierra Snyder took 3rd. The boys' 4x400-meter relay took 2nd. And high jump, Brandon Jochimson took 1st. Landon Fisher took 8th in triple jump. Brandon Jochimson took 4th in discus, and Jay Snelling took 7th. Ethan Mason took 7th in the 100-meter dash. The 4x200-meter boys relay team took 3rd. The 4x100 team took 2nd. And Brandon Jochimson took 1st in the 400-meter dash. For the high school, the boys took 5th and the girls took 3rd in the track meet. On the girls' side, Emily Mason took 2nd in high jump and Alexa Higgins took 5th. In javelin, Avery Acton took 2nd and Alexa Higgins took 4th. Avery Acton took 3rd in the long jump. Hannah Rees took 3rd in discus and took 7th in shot. The girls' 4x800-meter relay team took 3rd. Avery Acton took 1st in the 100-meter hurdles. Emily Mason took 1st in the 100-meter dash. Emily Mason took 1st also in the 400-meter dash and took 1st in the 200-meter dash. Hannah Grissom took 2nd in the 3,200-meter run. On the boys' side, the 4x400 relay team took 3rd. Justin Leadham took 3rd in long jump. John Garahold took 3rd in discus and took 6th in shot. The 4x800 relay team took 2nd. Garrett Hausman took 1st in the 110-meter hurdles. Austin Peterson took 5th in the 100-meter dash. The 4x200-meter relay team took 4th. The 4x100-meter relay took 3rd. Garrett Hausman took 5th in the 300-meter hurdles. And in the 200-meter dash, Justin Leadham took 3rd and Austin Peterson took 6th. Congratulations to Emma Harsel, who was honored as the Kirksville Optimist Student of the Month. On Saturday, April 14th, the BHS Academic Bowl team traveled to La Plata for the district tournament. The team took only one loss in pool play, which advanced them to bracket play, where they defeated Nottinger, but fell to North Shelby in the championship game. Congratulations on finishing second in the district tournament. Monday, the BHS Art Club loaded on the bus for their field trip to Kansas City, where they visited the Steamboat Arabia Museum before returning home that evening.
The Tigers were on the road for a doubleheader at La Plata Friday. In the first game, Brashear was able to get base runners aboard every inning, but were only able to score a pair of runs in the second. Meanwhile, La Plata scored 9 runs in the first on their way to a 15-2 win. Aiden Zentz had 2 hits for Brashear, with Zane Sykes, Wyatt Reeves, Brett Place, Garrett Hausman, and John Gerhold also having hits. Garrett Hausman got the start with Quinn Allen and Austin Peterson pitching in relief. In the second game, Brashear limited La Plata to 3 runs in the first and 1 run in the second, before the Bulldogs exploded for 11 runs in the fourth to defeat the Tigers 15-0. Brett Place and John Gerhold each had a hit for Brashear. Brett Place got the start with Colton Sayer pitching in relief.
The Brashear Tiger baseball team traveled to Knox County Tuesday. The Tigers got things going with a pair of runs in the top of the first, but the Eagles scored 3 in the bottom of the first. Brashear and Knox both scored a pair of runs in the second, and Brashear added another in the third. That was all of the scoring for the Tigers, as Knox County went on to win 15-5 in 6 innings. Colton Sayer, Justin Leadham, Wyatt Reeves, Aiden Zentz, John Gerhold, and Austin Peterson had hits for Brashear. Brett Place got the start for Brashear, with Austin Peterson pitching in relief. In the JV game, Brashear gave up 2 runs in the first, but fought back to take an 8-2 5-inning win. Wyatt Reeves, Colton Sayer, Garrett Hausman, Levi Blankenship, and John Gerhold teamed up to no-hit the Eagles. Colton Sayer and Garrett Hausman had hits for Brashear.
Wednesday was the Tri-County Conference track meet. Our high school girls took 4th place. In high jump, Emily Mason took 2nd. Avery Acton took 4th in long jump.
Good job, Tana.
Hannah Reeves took 3rd, and Tana Garlock took 9th in discus. Hannah Reeves took 5th in shot. In javelin, Avery Acton took 3rd, and Alexa Higgins took 5th. The 4x800 meter relay team took 3rd. Avery Acton took 2nd in the 100 meter hurdles. Emily Mason took 1st in the 100 meter dash. In the 1600 meter run, Hannah Grissom took 4th, and Tana Garlock took 5th. In the 400 meter dash, Emily Mason took 2nd. Avery Acton took 2nd in the 300 meter hurdles. Alexa Higgins took 3rd in the 800 meter run. In the 200 meter dash, Emily Mason took 3rd. And in the 3200 meter run, Hannah Grissom took 3rd and Tana Garlock took 7th. The high school boys took 7th in the meet. The 4x400 meter relay team took 3rd. In long jump, Justin Leadham took 4th and Justin McHenry took 11th. In discus, John Gerhold took 4th and Aiden Zentz took 13th. In shot put, John Gerhold took 6th, Cody Mallett took 11th. In javelin, Zane Sykes took 6th and John Gerhold took 8th. The 4x800 meter relay team took 3rd. In the 110 meter hurdles, Garrett Hausman took 5th. Levi Blankenship took 8th in the 400 meter dash. Garrett Hausman took 6th in the 300 meter hurdles. And Justin Leadham took 2nd in the 200 meter dash. The junior high boys also finished 7th. The 4x400 meter relay team took 1st. In long jump, Lucas Keller took 14th and Avery Zentz took 17th. In triple jump, Anthony Shaw took 8th and Landon Fisher took 9th. In shot put, Brian Stutzman took 6th and Jay Snelling took 13th. In discus, Brandon Jochimson took 1st and Jay Snelling took 10th. The 4x200 meter relay team took 3rd. Brandon Jochimson took 1st place in high jump. The 4x100 meter relay team took 4th, and Brandon Jochimson took 1st in the 400 meter dash. The junior high girls took 7th overall. Abby Hartwig took 9th in the long jump. Kinley White took 4th in high jump. In shot put, Kinley White took 4th. Sierra Snyder took 2nd in the 1600 meter run. In the 400 meter dash, Abby Hartwig took 5th and Kinley White took 8th. In the 800 meter run, Sierra Snyder took 3rd. and Abby Hardwick took 5th in the 200-meter dash.
On Monday, members of the Brashear chapter of FBLA took a field trip to Columbia to tour the business operations of Shelter Insurance. After their tour, the group enjoyed a visit to the Sky Zone trampoline facility. BHS held their last blood drive of the year downtown in the Keller Building, thanks to everyone who helped make it a success. Wednesday night, the annual awards banquet was held in the elementary gym. After a carry-in meal, the large crowd applauded the presentation of awards by various departments including music, academic bowl, cheerleading, and various athletic sports. The Tigers were home Thursday to host Bevere for a varsity JV doubleheader. Things were scoreless in the varsity game until the top of the third when Bevere scored 6 runs to take a 6-0 lead. Brashear bounced back in the bottom of the frame to score 5 and climb back into the game. The Tigers would score 4 more in the fourth and an insurance run in the sixth to claim their first win of the season by a score of 10-8. Zane Sykes, Brett Place, and Austin Peterson all homered for Brashear, with Garrett Hausman having 3 hits, Quinn Allen and John Gerhold also having hits. Zane Sykes got the start with Colton Sayre pitching in relief. The JV game didn't go as well for Brashear. After jumping out to a 1-0 lead after the 1 inning, Brashear surrendered 3 runs in each of the next 3 innings to fall to Bevere JV squad by a score of 9-3. Garrett Hausman homered for the Tigers, with Brett Place and John Gerhold also having hits. Levi Blankenship got the start for Brashear, with Aiden Zintz, Garrett Hausman, and Wyatt Reeves pitching in relief. Brashear baseball was playing on the road at the Novinger Tuesday. The Tigers struck first with a run in the top of the second, but Bevere answered with 4 runs in the bottom of the second. Brashear added a run in the sixth and another in the seventh, but fell to Novinger 5-3. Zane Sykes had 2 hits for Brashear, with Quinn Allen and Aiden Zintz also having hits. Brett Place got the start and pitched a complete game. In the JV game, Novinger took a 5-0 lead before Brashear got on the scoreboard with 2 runs in the third and another 2 runs in the fourth. Novinger continued to add to their lead and pulled away for an 11-4 win. Garrett Hausman had 2 hits for Brashear, and Wyatt Reeves, Quinn Allen, Cody Mallett, Hunter Maximchek, and John Gerhold also having hits. Quinn Allen got the start for Brashear, with Garrett Hausman, Austin Peterson, Justin Leadham, and Cody Mallett pitching in relief.
Congratulations to Landon Fisher for his 1 rating at the District Music Festival, where he performed a saxophone solo. Also, congratulations to Hannah Grissom and Austin Ray, who placed first in state with their industrial arts projects. On Tuesday night, the 3rd and 4th grade classes put on their Famous Missourians Wax Museum. Each student researched and portrayed the role of a famous Missourian as part of their history studies. Wednesday was the senior trip day for the 15 members of the 2018 graduating class. The group arrived early in the morning to board the bus to head out for a day-long trip to Fun City in Burlington, Iowa. The Tigers hosted Putnam County Friday for a varsity JV doubleheader. In the varsity game, 13 Putnam County runs in the first and another 10 in the second buried Brashear's chances for a victory. Brashear scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and another 3 in the fourth in the 26-8 loss. Austin Peterson homered and singled for Brashear, with Wyatt Reeves and Brett Place having 2 hits each. Aiden Zentz, Garrett Hausman, and John Gerhold also had hits. In the JV game, Putnam started with the scoring with 2 in the first, but Brashear answered with 2 of their own and outscored Putnam County the rest of the way to claim a 9-6 win. Aiden Zentz homered for Brashear, with Justin Leadham, Levi Blankenship, Austin Ray, Aiden Zentz, and Austin Peterson also having hits. The Brashear baseball team was at Atlanta Monday. Atlanta scored single runs in the first and second innings and 3 runs in the third. That was all the scoring until a 4-run 6th inning put Atlanta ahead 9-0, which was the final score. Quinn Allen, Justin Leadham, and Wyatt Reeves had hits for Brashear. Brett Place got the start, going 5 innings and striking out 7 while giving up 4 earned runs. Aiden Zentz pitched in relief. The Brashear baseball team hosted Schuyler County on Tuesday night. Schuyler County got on the board with a pair of runs in the top of the first before Brashear pulled off a 4-6-3 double play to limit the damage and get out of the inning. Brashear answered with 3 runs in the bottom of the first to take a 3-2 lead. That would be the Tigers' last lead, as Schuyler County scored 7 in the second and continued to outscore Brashear to claim a 19-9 win. Garrett Hausman had 4 hits for Brashear, Zane Sykes had 3, Quinn Allen had 2, and Brett Place, Aiden Zentz, and John Gerhold, and Austin Peterson also had hits. Colton Sayre got the start for Brashear. In the JV game, Brashear led 3-2 after 1 inning and 6-2 after 2 innings, but Schuyler County outscored Brashear in the late going to win 12-11. Levi Blankenship had 2 hits for Brashear, with 10 others also having hits. Garrett Hausman got the start, with Quinn Allen, Levi Blankenship, and Cody Mallett pitching in relief. The Brashear varsity track teams competed at districts Saturday at La Plata. The girls took 3rd place and the boys took 10th. The top 4 finishers in each event will advance to sectionals. In the girls' events, Emily Mason took 2nd and Alexa Higgins took 7th in high jump. Hannah Reeves took 9th and Tana Garlock took 14th in discus. Hannah Reeves took 8th in shot. Avery Acton took 1st and Alexa Higgins took 3rd in javelin. The girls' 4x8 relay team took 3rd. Avery Acton took 2nd in the 100-meter hurdles. Emily Mason took 2nd in the 100-meter dash. Emily Mason took 1st in the girls' 400-meter dash. Avery Acton took 2nd in the 300-meter hurdles. Emily Mason took 2nd and Avery Acton took 3rd in the 200-meter dash. Hannah Grissom took 5th in the girls' 3200. In the boys' events, Justin Leadham took 3rd in the 200. Garrett Hausman took 7th in the 300-meter hurdles. Garrett also took 3rd in the 110-meter hurdles. The 4x100-meter relay team took 8th. The 4x400-meter relay team took 6th. Quill Allen took 5th in pole vault. Justin Leadham took 3rd and Justin McHenry took 16th in long jump. John Gerhold took 3rd in discus. John Gerhold took 9th and Cody Mallett took 14th in boys shot put. John Gerhold took 9th and Zane Sykes took 11th in javelin. And the boys 4x800-meter relay team took 4th.
Strong first lap, Hannah.
Congratulations to Avery Zentz, who was recently named the Optimist Student of the Week. Graduation ceremonies were held Sunday afternoon for the 15 members of the Brashear High School class of 2018. After remarks by Shelley Shipman and Kathy March, valedictorian Megan McHenry and salutatorian Hannah Reeves also gave speeches. After the diplomas were presented, scholarship award winners were announced and a reception was held in the cafeteria. On Wednesday, members of the Students Helping Out, or SHOT Club, worked on improvement projects around the school. The group worked on creating a flower bed in the corner of the student parking lot and conducted a field day for the preschoolers in the Busy Bees program. Thursday was the last day of the school year. The day began with fun field day events where teams made up of mixtures of older and younger kids competed. With the morning activities completed, the group headed inside for lunch and an early out at 1:15 to begin enjoying their summer vacation. The Tigers baseball team faced Bevier in the first round of district play Monday night at La Plata. Bevier got on the scoreboard with a pair of runs in the top of the first, and Brashear answered with a run in the bottom of the first. Neither team generated much offense as Bevier held on for a 5-3 win. Zane Sykes led the Tiger offense with 3 hits. Wyatt Reeves and Brett Place had 2 hits each, and Quinn Allen also had a hit. Place got the start for Brashear, going 6 innings, with Colton Sayre pitching 1 inning of relief. Last Saturday, the track team district qualifiers traveled to St. Louis for the sectional track meet. Top 4 finishers would qualify to reach the state track meet. Our boys squad placed 14th overall, and the girls took 5th place in a field of 27 teams. Emily Mason qualified for state with a first place finish in high jump, setting a new school record of 5 feet 2 inches. Emily also qualified with a 3rd place finish in the 400 meter dash. Avery Acton qualified for state with a first place finish in the 100 meter hurdles and a 3rd place finish in the 300 meter hurdles. Our state track qualifiers, Avery Acton and Emily Mason, were sent off in style Thursday as the entire school lined the sidewalks to wish Avery and Emily good luck at the state track meet Friday and Saturday. At the state track meet, Avery Acton fell in the preliminaries of the 100 meter hurdles, but bounced back to take 10th in the 300 meter hurdles. Emily Mason finished 9th in the high jump, then made it to the medal stand with an 8th place finish in the 400 meter dash. Congratulations.